Okay, you've learned some basic skills and you're ready to start your own little project. So let's try a little test project, and let's go ahead and start a new file, and let's save it straight away in your demo or in your first project area, wherever you want, and let's call it mansion test. Okay, so as I go, all I have to do is hit Command S or Control S on the Windows machine, and it'll be saved right away. So let's start a new sketch. We're going to make a mansion for an eccentric billionaire, and so we need to start with a blueprint. So we're going to do a top-down sketch, and then let's put his main building, the main part of his house, on there. I'm going to make mine 20 by there's going to be in millimeters, but I'm going to pretend that it's meters. So it's 20 meters by 10 meters. Oh, that's not very good. Let's make it 20 meters by 80 meters. Okay, oh, that's better. Nice and big. Let's put on a garage over here. So this one's going to be same width as the house. No, not quite as wide as the house. Let's say 15 meters deep and maybe 40 meters long. So it's going to be a nice big garage. I'm going to move some of these dimension lines around so I can see a little bit easier. Things don't start to get confusing. Okay, and I'm going to give him a pool in the, or her, a pool in the back. So I'm going to use the ellipse tool, and I'm going to decide how long this pool is. I'm going to make it to be a sort of a wide oval, and I'm going to make it 20 tall. Whoops. Move it around. I'm going to move that dimension line out here. Let's put another dimension line on here because my kind of lost that. Let's make that 36 that way. All right. Zoom out. All right, so I've got a pool in the back. I've got a blueprint for the house and the garage. All right, great. Now I can finish that sketch and I can have a look in the isometric view. And that's the way I want it. My house needs to be extruded. So let's go extrude this to, let's make this one 2 floors tall. Let's go 20 meters tall, big old house. Notice that my sketch goes away, so I'm going to turn my sketch back on from this left-hand side panel. I'm going to extrude now the garage. The garage is only going to be half the height of the house, so let's make that 10. And let's extrude the pool 5. All right. That pool's solid, so I've got some work to do. I need to change that. Let's go back to our sketch. Remember, if you ever need to edit, you shouldn't do a new sketch if you can avoid it. So let's go back to Edit Sketch, and let's put another ellipse inside that first one. And I'm just going to eyeball this one. See what looks good. Yeah, so 34 looks good. And height, I know it was 20, so it should be 18 to make it the same as the other one all the way around. Great. And finish sketch. Now I have something I can grab, so if I rotate underneath, I can go extrude that, and I can cut it all the way out and change it to cut. Great. I've got a pool that's got a pool wall. It doesn't have a base in it though, so I'm going to extrude that one more time and just bring that up 1. Alright, so now I've got a pool with a base and a house with no roof. So I need to put a roof on my house. To do that, let's make a new sketch. So far I've only got one sketch. Now I need to work on a different plane. So I'm going to make a new sketch on, I want it to be on this vertical plane, but I can't click on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off these bodies for a second so I can grab that plane. Alright, so right now that plane is in between the house and the garage. I'm going to turn my house and garage back on, and I'm going to click these little arrows in the view cube to rotate around so I'm looking at it from the left side in my case. And I'm going to put on a triangular roof. So first thing, I'm going to make it come out from the edge of the garage 1 millimeter. I'm going to find the midpoint of the garage, which is going to tell me right away it's going to be, well, to make it easier, I'm going to go to the other far side. I'm going to add 1 on the other side, so it's going to be 17. And I'm going to come up, and it's going to tell me where the midpoint of those two is. And I can choose any angle roof that I want. I'm okay. close it off. Great. And then let's do the same thing for the roof of the house. So I'm going to start on the roof of the corner. I'm going to go 1 away. I'm going to go all the way to the other side and go 22. So it's 1 over on both sides. Then I come up to the middle. And let's say my eccentric billionaire wanted a very specific angle in his roof. Say he wanted an 18-degree angle in his roof for whatever reason. So I'm going to hit tab to the degree area, and I'm going to say 18. And then click in the midpoint, and then come out here and click out here. I'm adding some points in here. You can feel free to adjust these as you like, but important that you try all the steps. All right, finish sketch. If I rotate around to side view a little bit so I can see, I've now got 2 triangles that I can extrude for my roof. So let's hit E, click on this one, and let's extrude it this way. The edge goes out the other side 1, so let's make it go out 1, I suppose. Say OK, and then let's go E from the other side and drag this one out. So it's going to go all the way to the edge. Notice there's a shortcut. If I could click on this edge, it'll bring it out all the way. And then I notice it tells me it's 80, so let's make it 81. So it clicks out a little bit further. And let's drag around. Whoops. Let's drag around the other side. My sketch number 2 is turned off now. I can grab that again from this side. And let's extrude this one this way to this edge. +1, so -41 in this direction, and join. Nice. Just like that, you've made a house and a garage with a pitched roof and a pool in the back, and you're ready to do some other fun things. For instance, maybe you want to have a door on your on your house. That might be a good idea. So let's go to the home view, and let's work with an offset plane, offset of this plane here, and I want it to come out, let's bring it out. Actually, in this case, it's on the back of the house, so I could actually just put my drawings here, but I'm just, because I've already clicked into offset plane, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out this 1 millimeter, and I'm going to make a new sketch on here. Whoops. Messed that up, so I'm going to undo, create sketch, click on the thing I want, the plane I really wanted. Alright, now I'm going to draw on some doors, and I'm just going to freehand draw these. You can put measurements on them if you like. It's got a big old front door here, needs some garage doors. Some of them are a little different, right? And maybe some big old picture window down here. All right. Quick and rough, that's okay. Finish sketch. Notice that this is off of the other one by 1 millimeter. So if I grab these ones and I extrude them, they would go from 1 would be a solid shape built out from the house, which is okay in our case. Say okay, and I've made sort of a rough shape for the doors on the building. I didn't do one for the windows, so let's go back, turn this sketch number 3 back on, turn this one, let's go extrude this, oops, extrude this to this surface. So okay, that's alright. But what if I wanted these to be door frames instead? So let's go edit sketch, and let's put, oh, remember when we learned offset plane, or offset lines? We could use that right now. So let's go offset this, and oops, I'm going to hold shift, see if I can't do that. It doesn't like it for all of them at the same time. So let's go escape. Let's do it for this one. Let's go offset 1, maybe 0.5. Great. And let's see about, can we do it here? Maybe I'll freehand draw them. Just freehand draw these door frames in. I'm intentionally making these a little bit wide and long, just so that they're faster to draw. Oops. Do one for the door. Okay. And finish sketch. So if I had done this part first, I could have extruded all these center bits in one go. I could have just made the door frames. Let's go extrude them all in two, so that they're recessed into the building one, and it says to cut. So now, if I go to my home view, I've got a little house, well, great big mansion, a 3-car garage, door, big old window, and a pool in the back. Okay, give that a go, see what you can come up with. Try the revolve tool, try some of these 3D tools, and give it a go. Try to make your mansion as amazing as you can with as few sketches as possible. I did all of this with 3 sketches, one for the blueprint, one for the roofs, and one for the doors and things, because they're on 3 different planes. And then I did some multiple extrusions. I could have made these extrusions in one if I had planned it a little bit more. But the rest of it is about as short as you can make it. Okay, so give that a go. Note that if I ever wanted to move my offset plane around, I could change how these doors, this is going to pull these doors way off the building and things, but that's possible. So have a play and have an experiment.